may signify.
You know, when you hear the name Shimla, what immediately pops into your head? It's probably snow-capped peaks, those lush green valleys, and just taking a deep breath of that crisp, perfect mountain air, right? It's literally celebrated all over the world for its unparalleled beauty and its close, harmonious connection with nature. But what if I told you there's a whole other side to this mountain paradise? A side that definitely doesn't make it into the shiny holiday brochures. In today's Explainer, we're diving deep into Shimla's hidden, dark folklore. We're going to unpack the terrifying local legends that actually transform this beautiful daytime getaway into a landscape of absolute dread once the sun goes down.
Okay, let's dive into this. On one hand, by day, Shimla is exactly what we expect. It's this immense natural beauty, a total haven for peace seekers. But on the other hand, by night, there is a stark, chilling contrast. It becomes a place where literally just stepping out of your front door feels incredibly dangerous. And the thing is, local residents have kind of grown used to this heavy atmosphere over time. But even with that habituation, whenever they leave their homes after dark, there's this lingering, unshakable dread about what might happen to them. It's an environment where the presence of otherworldly forces is just felt intensely. And those unexplained, terrifying events, they're basically considered everyday occurrences.
So that brings us to Section 1, the Cursed Indira Medical Hospital. Let's make our first stop at Himachal's largest hospital, a place you'd naturally associate with hope and healing, but which actually carries a profoundly dark and terrifying reputation. Because the local belief here isn't just that the hospital is a little spooky, it's that the building is actively cursed. According to the legend, patients who come here actually get successfully treated and return home safely, well, they end up dying mysteriously shortly after. It completely flips the very idea of a hospital on its head. The locals genuinely believe that, without fail, someone who has supposedly been cured meets a tragic end every single week. It's a terrifying paradox, you know? You go there to save your life, but the locals believe you might just be delaying an inevitable cursed fate. Locals have this saying that the souls of those who died cast a dark shadow on patients. The belief is that the spirits of people who passed away within those hospital walls never actually moved on. They've permanently set up camp right there. So when new patients come in looking for treatment, they're stepping directly into this dark shadow. Patients are constantly reporting this suffocating feeling of a presence around them. I mean, just imagine lying in a hospital bed, feeling physically vulnerable, and sensing that someone is standing right beside you, only to look over and see absolutely no one there. It's really no wonder that people of Shimla are absolutely convinced that something is fundamentally, spiritually wrong with this location. So, what does this actually look like on a daily basis? How does this haunting manifest? Well, for one, there are weird voices calling out patients' actual names, just echoing down the halls. It's deeply personal and entirely unnerving. But it gets physical too. People report being violently shoved or having their path totally blocked while just trying to walk up the hospital stairs. And the elevators? They apparently move on their own, getting stuck and then suddenly violently dropping or rising without anyone pressing a single button. And then there are the sudden high-pitched screams that just completely shatter the quiet of the corridors. These aren't like once-in-a-decade ghost stories, guys. For the people inside this hospital, these terrifying sensory events have become a chillingly normal part of their everyday routine. Moving on to our second case study, Section 2, the dark history of the convent school. Let's look at the Convent of Jesus and Mary School, where local lore says that Friday the 13th brings a direct message of death. And the history here brilliantly illustrates exactly why this place is so feared, because these hauntings are directly tied to the site's past. Way back during the British era, this site functioned as an orphanage, but the true tragedy began on one terrifying night when a deliberate fire was set in a room while the orphaned children slept, leading to an absolutely horrific loss of life. And that deep trauma, it carries directly over to today. If you visit the present-day grounds right now, you'll actually find swings and various toys intentionally left out. It's this heartbreaking modern-day attempt by the living to appease those restless, wandering souls of the children who perished in that fire. But despite all those offerings, the hauntings persist in a really specific, macabre way. School staff, so we're talking teachers and peons alike, report absolutely terrifying encounters with the apparition of a young girl in a severely burned state.
And she approaches them not really with malice, but with a heartbreaking and terrifying demand for dolls and playthings. It is a haunting that totally bridges the gap between a historical tragedy and a chilling, everyday reality for the people who literally just work there. So, we've explored the history, and we've examined the chilling local beliefs that cast a massive shadow over this beautiful city. From the cursed corridors of the Indira Medical Hospital to the tragic haunted grounds of the convent school, we've seen how Shimla's daytime beauty hides a deeply terrifying nocturnal reality. Which brings us to a final, provocative thought. The next time you visit Shimla, drawn by the mountains and the gorgeous nature, knowing what you know now, will you dare to step out at night? Think about it. Thanks for diving into this explainer with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Do not come any closer.
There is no escape.